Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're examining something highly unusual. Most of the sources we break down here are massive, sprawling data sets or really dense research papers. But today, we have exactly 28 words. That's it. A tiny, isolated digital artifact called truth.txt. Yet, within these 28 words lies a profound, almost echoing paradox about human attention. It's incredibly brief, but I promise you, by the end of our time together, you'll be questioning your own behavior.
Okay, let's dive into this. The source begins with a rather haunting premise. It seems that the only way to be sure that no one is watching— let those words just hang in the air for a second. The author is immediately setting up a very specific condition, a recipe, if you will, for absolute isolation. If you want to guarantee that absolutely no eyes are on you, what exactly do you have to do? What is the one foolproof method for becoming totally invisible?
Section 1. The Artifact, Truth.txt, Unpacking a 28-word mystery.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that it's not just a static statement. It's an inverse relationship between honesty and audience attention. We have telling the truth, and we have no one watching. The source essentially argues that these two elements are perfectly negatively correlated. As one goes up, the other goes down. If you want a massive audience, avoid the truth. If you want to deliver the raw truth, prepare to be entirely ignored. It's a stark, absolutely fascinating paradox.
Section 2. The Attention Hypothesis. The inverse equation of honesty.
Let's look at this opening thought, not just as a passing musing, but as a formal hypothesis, is to tell the truth. Here is the heavy implication completing that opening thought from our source material. The truth, according to this text, is the ultimate repellent for human attention. It's not boredom that drives an audience away. It's not complexity or a lack of flashy production value. It is, quite simply, absolute honesty. Let's define the primary variable being tested here, which is watching. Obviously, watching is the act of consuming information, but let's playfully deconstruct this for a moment. You, right now, are looking at this explainer. You are listening to my voice. Your very act of viewing this analysis is the exact variable the author is trying to measure. You are generating the live data for this experiment right now, in real time.
Section 3. The Cost of Honesty. Why the Truth Repels.
If we dive deeper, we have to ask why the author believes this so firmly. Why does absolute honesty guarantee absolute invisibility? Truth equals invisibility. Just take a moment. Let the philosophical weight of this simple equation really sink in. To be totally seen in our modern landscape, you must obscure the truth. And to speak the absolute truth, well, that is to practically erase yourself from the public eye altogether. It's an incredible formula.
So, does the truth really make us look away? Think about your own media habits for a second. When faced with stark, unvarnished, maybe even uncomfortable reality, do you lean in or do you quickly scroll past to find something a bit more comforting, something easier to digest? I want you to really consider if you agree with this bleak assessment of our collective attention span. Are we truly that allergic to honesty?
Section 4. The Live Experiment. Activating the Author's Challenge.
So the crucial point is that this artifact isn't just philosophy. It's an active, ongoing test, and it is confronting us right now. Let us see how many will watch this. With this second and final sentence, the author radically pivots. They take that broad philosophical musing and turn it directly toward the future audience, toward you. They have laid down a direct challenge to see if their hypothesis holds up under actual observation.
The number 1. That number represents you, the individual viewer currently participating in this very explainer. You are the live subject of the author's challenge. By simply being here, by choosing to click and watch, you've walked right into the arena of truth.txt.
And this brilliantly illustrates the trap the author has set. There are only two logical yet entirely paradoxical outcomes of engaging with this specific source material. Outcome A, you leave, you stop watching. If you do that, you actually validate the text. You prove that telling the truth indeed results in no one watching. But then look at outcome B, you stay. By staying and watching, you disprove the hypothesis. Or perhaps you force yourself to question if what you are watching is actually the truth at all.
Let's break down the mechanics of this meta-experiment step by step. Step 1, the author posits a truth. Step 2, the audience is challenged to watch. And Step 3, the very act of watching alters the validity of the truth itself. The text masterfully traps you in an inescapable philosophical loop. If it's the truth, you shouldn't be watching. If you are watching, well, is it still true?
Let's move to Section 5 and see how this builds. Are you still watching? The conclusion of the test.
At this very second, the focus is entirely on your current state of attention. Let's look at this breakdown between the author's expectation and our current reality. The author's action was telling the truth. The expected result, according to their own established rule, is no one watching. But look at the current reality. You are watching. The paradox is happening right in front of us. You are actively defying the author's expectation simply by giving this explainer your sustained attention.
Which brings us to the ultimate question laid down by this 28-word artifact. Are you watching because it's the truth, or are you watching because the author simply challenged you not to? Did you stay to prove them wrong? I'll leave you to question your own motives. Thank you for being a focused learner today, and most importantly, thank you for participating in the experiment.